Good afternoon, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzman here, alongside Drew Brummel. We are the Michigan Storm Chasers. We have a severe thunderstorm warning now. It took a little bit of the day. This is a very interestingly shaped one. Almost follows the river here. Up and down the east side of Wayne County right now. Includes downtown Detroit, Comerica Park, where the Tigers game is currently in a rain delay. The severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for central Wayne County and southeastern Michigan until 11 o'clock. I believe my volume is good. Yep. All right. So 10 o'clock is the time it's issued until for anywhere in this orange box. At 8:58 p.m., severe thunderstorm was located over Dearborn or near Taylor, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Quarter-sized hail with 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and radar indicated this. Hail and wind is radar indicated, I should say. Storm will be near Wyandotte around 9:05 p.m. Other locations impacted by the severe thunderstorm include Gibraltar, Ecorse, Southwest Detroit, River Rouge, Riverview, Lincoln Park, Woodhaven, and Southgate. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Again, it is 1-inch hail and winds of 40 miles per hour. We were waiting to see if they were going to issue this warning this afternoon when it was back up in Livingston County and Oakland County, right here just south of Fenton earlier. It really peaked. Let's see if we can go back to the radar. Actually, yeah, we can. So there was a moment in time earlier this evening where it peaked right here. You can see those blues on your correlation coefficient radar. That is where 1-inch hail confirmed fell. You can see the report there just near Gordon Road at US 23. And that storm has now moved through Oakland County and is now in central Wayne County right now, and finally got a severe thunderstorm warning for Wayne County. Outside of that, though, there's nothing else severe in the entire state of Michigan. There's a warning up here near Manitowoc, Wisconsin, heading onto Lake Michigan. We'll have to watch and see that storm later this evening. Earlier today, we had a 1.5-inch hail report here in Watersmeet, Michigan. That was not warned, unfortunately, so we were not live for that when that happened. And that has turned into a blob of rain as moving in through Garden. That rain is heading off towards Leelanau Peninsula there, and eventually Traverse City later this evening into the overnight hours. So again, for those who are just tuning in, severe thunderstorm warning for downtown Detroit, all along the St. Clair River here, or Detroit River, I should say, heading down towards Trenton right now in Lincoln Park. The core is right now over Comerica Park, downtown Detroit, Melvindale, Dearborn, and River Rouge. If I switch it over to our Dearborn camera real quick, you can see that it is raining pretty hard out there right now. It's already past our camera at this current time. For some reason it's not working. Let me switch it back there. There we go. There's the full screen cam. Very heavy rains ongoing. Starting to sun up out there right behind this line of storm on the left side of your screen. Otherwise, we don't have a view on it, but it is heading into southwest Ontario here very shortly, Windsor and LaSalle. So that is your update here for the severe thunderstorm warning currently ongoing in downtown Detroit. If you're just joining in, make sure to hit that like button. Feel free to share the stream with your friends. I don't think we'll be on here for too long, but if you know anyone here in the Detroit metro region, down towards Riverview and Trenton, and eventually Gibraltar, this is heading their way. It's a very odd-shaped severe thunderstorm warning here. Oh my. A very odd-shaped severe thunderstorm warning here, as it kind of makes a weird shape along the river here.
Those that remember from yesterday's live stream, the Dearborn cam actually captured a power flash yesterday. So now here we are today, capturing another severe thunderstorm warning in the same region. We'll also note we also have a heavy downpour further up north by Oxford Township in Oakland County. Recently that has just upticked. We'll be watching that here closely as well. But main focus is once again, like Joel mentioned, by the Dearborn area, Detroit.
see. We'll see if any of our chasers are out there right now. I tend to believe there are none. Go ahead and check through them here. Looks like Brandon's out there, but he's in the thumb right now, so he is on the storm that's up here heading towards Peck in southern Sanilac County. You can see he's just outside of Deckerville right now, so he's got a long ways to go. So he is live out there right now. See if anyone else is live this evening. Does not look like it. So we just have Brandon out there, and he is again out there watching the storm in the thumb right now. So again, severe thunderstorm warning for downtown Detroit, down towards Trenton and Gibraltar. And again, it's going to be moving into, it's already moving into Ontario right now. This should be out of the state here in probably the next 15 minutes. Again, it is in effect till 10 p.m., but the storm is moving at a good clip off to the southwest here. Southeast at 30 miles per hour. Pretty much traveling right down into E-course right now, down Jefferson Avenue.
For those that are also wondering, we also had a series of pictures of shelf clouds with these cells, including our storm chaser, Cody Reynolds, who was chasing these storms earlier on. And once again, more shelf cloud pictures, just like kind of like yesterday, Joel.
Seems like Southeast Michigan so far this year in 2025 kind of has been getting missed by everything, which is, it's a good sign. And they bottled it all up into the last 36 hours. You had a tornado warning yesterday with confirmed tornado in Fraser, flash flooding ongoing yesterday, and then last night's round of storms ended up producing quite a little bit of wind damage as it crossed southeast Michigan over there, verifying the forecast from yesterday. Is there anybody in chat that is at the Tigers game right now? Curious to see if anyone's watching from Comerica Park.
They're saying the views there are insane right now, apparently.
I bet.
We can't pull up any live cams in the stadium because that'd be copyright, FYI.
Yeah, we need permission, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of a general overview of today. Again, southeast Michigan was in a thunderstorm category. For some odd reason, every time it's just a normal thunderstorm category, that's when the pop-up storms that we expect during the day decide to kind of go off. And we saw that with the 1-inch hail there in extreme northeastern Livingston County. And it is now currently severe thunderstorm warned here in Wayne County, eastern Wayne County. Again, this is just Wayne County. No one else in the state besides Wayne County expecting any severe weather at the current time. We're watching a couple of thunderstorms that are just normal, moving through Sanilac and Oakland County right now. Perhaps some pea-sized hail falling with those, but nothing otherwise. A couple rain showers moving in to the Mason and Manistee County areas, and then obviously there's a blob of rain moving towards Beaver Island and eventually northwest lower.
For those that are wondering, we also have some storms in the Green Bay, Wisconsin area, but those cells are expected to weaken over the lake as they cross over Lake Michigan. If they don't, for some reason, we'll keep an eye on them here at Michigan Storm Chasers, but we could see a few additional showers and thunderstorms across the state overnight tonight, but we're not really anticipating anything severe-wise as of now.
This is kind of one of our more timid days in comparison to what could be upcoming for portions of Michigan as well. Especially starting tomorrow across the UP into Saturday. We could also see some pop-up severe thunderstorms on Saturday further south in the state, so primarily in the central Michigan region, maybe as far down as Grand Rapids and Lansing. Drew, I would imagine the next couple days, it seems like southern Michigan actually might luck out in terms of severe weather for the most part. Seems like everything's going to be
Yeah,
pretty north.
yeah, I think these next few days it's gonna be more of a UP extreme northern lower focus in terms of overall storm confidence.
Yeah. And for those who missed it yesterday, yesterday's forecast did verify for portions of southern Michigan in the level 4 zone. We had about 30 or 40 damaging wind reports, I think, across the state, or as most as 40. We also had a tornado report. They're also surveying for potential tornado damage in the Burr Oak region. The further north you got, obviously, it was a very quiet evening out there in the 96 region, mainly from Lansing to Grand Rapids. We're thankful that it didn't verify further north, but definitely in southern Michigan yesterday, we saw a lot of damaging wind reports. Let's take a look at velocity here. You can see on our velocity scan on the reds here are going to be your gusty winds pushing out from the storm. In this area right now, it looks like I'm hovering over these pixels and it's showing me about 35 to 40 miles per hour. So that does verify the winds. If we go to CC, it's warned for hail. You could see actually there for a brief moment there was a little bit of a hail core. Yeah, right there, Drew. Passed over Dearborn Heights, went through Melvindale, and has now kind of fallen apart as it passes through Melvindale towards River Rouge.
Yep. Almost out of the state already.
Yep. Again, this is just southeast Michigan. If you're in West Michigan, southwest Michigan, anywhere up here in central Michigan and points north, there's nothing going on right now at all. But we are covering, no matter where the warning is in the state, we're always going to be live for you guys from beginning to end. Even if it is a little sliver of the state, such as what we're seeing out here right now in this elongated warning that kind of follows the river from Detroit down towards Millville Beach here. But typical summertime thunderstorms out there today. Just kind of a, seems like we always get this, Drew, in the summer where we always have that one or two surprise thunderstorm days that end up verifying a marginal severe risk. Again, especially with the lakes around us, you guys, for those who have been longtime Michiganders, sometimes the forecasters don't always get it right, even as longtime Michiganders. Again, we did have a thunderstorm outlook again here across the state today, but no marginal risk from any of the sources. No one really saw this coming, so surprise day for severe.
Yeah, kind of like what you were mentioning, Joel. Sometimes you have during the summer, you always have that heat, the dews, the temperatures, and even the instability values. But sometimes during the summer, we lack that shear or lift. But all it takes is just a little bit, and then you can get some storms to go briefly severe. And that's kind of the case what we're having right now as it's moving out of the state here. So,
yeah. And with the heat incoming for everyone who is currently living in Michigan or visiting Michigan that is watching the stream, that is going to cause a lot more instability. Again, that's going to cause a greater change of temperature with height in the atmosphere over the coming days, so that increases our lapse rates and allows for super cool liquid to form, so more ice crystals and potentially more hail threats in the days to come if we get more of those pulse thunderstorms. If you guys have any hail reports from today or damage reports from any wind, feel free to send those to us. Michigan Weather Report is our community group on Facebook. If you have a Facebook account, feel free to follow us there. Our username is Michigan Storm Chasers. And if you're on Facebook, feel free to come over to YouTube, watch here. On YouTube, our account name is MI Storm Chasers. If you just type in Michigan Storm Chasers, it works either way. This is, even if you guys were sweating out there today, this is our coolest temperature of probably the next at least 5 days ahead. So the heat really starts to build in. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be in kind of that mid-80s. Heat index starts to rise. It really doesn't start to pick up until Saturday. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and perhaps even Wednesday next week, all going to be, besides the lakeshore areas, of course, where the lake breezes keep things cooler, temperatures are expected to be in the mid-90s on average for across the state. A couple places could see 100, so you can imagine what the heat index could be for some of those locations, especially in some of the cities next week. So hopefully you guys are ready. Stock up on some water. Make sure you're checking in on those who are more susceptible to heat, such as the elderly and pets. And make sure everyone's staying, again, well hydrated. Plenty of breaks in the AC. Another thing about hot temperatures, and this is kind of crucial for those who might sleep in hot conditions. Again, your body needs to regulate its body temperature, especially when you sleep. So it is kind of crucial to be sleeping in cooler temperatures at night. That is actually one of the most common ways people do pass away from heat-related illnesses is when they're sleeping. So make sure when you do go to bed at night, if you could find a way to keep yourself cool, it does help your body out in regulating your body temperature. Our Michigan damage reports page is called Michigan Weather Reports. Our main page is Michigan Storm Chasers. This warning right now is heading through Lincoln Park. A couple of winds probably right now directly over River Drive here, just to the south of M39. Also, if you have Discord, we do have a Discord channel, discord.gg/Michigan Storm Chasers. When you do join, make sure to set your username as a first name and a location. That way we know where you're sending in your damage reports from. You can also utilize Discord if you have some weather anxiety. That is a common thing here in Michigan. We do have a group for that on our Discord server. The storm is, again, rolling off to the southeast at 35 miles per hour. Pretty much in LaSalle right now in Lincoln Park, about a couple seconds away from Southgate, probably actually raining now in Southgate. We'll probably just barely clip Riverview here. Trenton will be tough to tell. If it continues to extend a little bit back to the west here, then yes, for sure Trenton and Gibraltar, but right now it looks like it's going to be Southgate and Riverview. And then obviously you have Grosse Ile as well. For those who missed the news, for everyone who was out of the loop from yesterday, the National Weather Service in Detroit officially confirmed that tornado from yesterday in Fraser, Michigan, which is in Macomb County here. It was an EF0 with 70 mile per hour estimated winds. It was 400 yards wide, which marks the second widest tornado this year out of all 29 we've had in the state of Michigan. Again, it's only June 19th. We still have a couple more months left of warm weather, so we'll be here covering any more severe weather chances throughout the summer, especially in the next week. Looks like we're in a stormy pattern for at least the next week, maybe week and a half here as we head into the month of July. So feel free to follow along. Again, we are live, always covering every single severe thunderstorm warning on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch. You can see that there at the top of the banner on the top. We guys got you covered from beginning to end for all severe weather. Anything to add right now, Drew?
Not really. You know, with us only having 1 or 2 storms going on in the state, not too much action going on right now. seen a few questions about storm chances coming this week. We do have for our state of Michigan, a severe risk for tomorrow, mainly for the UP, as well as for Saturday as well. So kind of each day, Joel, we kind of have a severe weather risk for our state, with bits and pieces of our state. So there'll always be something to be kind of for us to be on the lookout for each day. So, and that's what happens when you have so much heat and instability in place. Sometimes you can have those ingredients in place. It looks like the better shear and dynamics, though, for severe weather will be further up north, though, by the Upper Peninsula and northern Lower Michigan.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to take our Dearborn cam back live here. This is a beautiful shot of the backside of the storm now, as it's already passed through from Dearborn. Courtesy of Guardian Technologies, there, our sponsor of our Skynet. And that is looking northwest. So it's a beautiful sunset about to happen here with the clouds on the right side. Switching over to our, 400 yards wide. Yeah, it was on the ground for about 2.5 miles. So it was a short and wide tornado. And again, it's only EF0. Looking at our super chats here. Thank you, Brian. Welcome to the team. Becoming an EF0 member here at MSC YouTube. Thank you very much. Jamie with a $2 super chat as well. What are the ingredients for today? Dewy, slim, shear lift, instability, moisture. Again, our 4 ingredients for severe weather. Out there today, kind of just popping up on some remnant instability. Being forced up by the backside of that low pressure that affected us yesterday. So these are kind of following in the footsteps of that. So we have like shear and lift out there and a little bit of moisture. It's a little bit humid out there today, but again, it's overall not a bad day out there to be doing things. As long as there's obviously no storms in the area, it's going to be a nice night out there. So enjoy it if you're away from the storms. So mainly a lot of lift. Okay amount of instability. Nothing too crazy by any means. Nothing really in the way of shear out there, though. Again, shear is our main component for spin in the atmosphere, or damaging winds. And so far today, it's just been instability and a hail threat.
And with that being said, too, our instability values are slowly dropping down. As Joel kind of mentioned, the sun going down, we don't really have a lot of juice out there. We had just enough for some very isolated reports of severe weather, but as the hours go by here during the evening, our instability values are going to continue to drop. So that's going to decrease our severe threat as well for tonight.
Downtown Detroit was trimmed from the severe thunderstorm warning as the storm has now passed. I imagine that they're going to trim it further back here soon, down towards Lincoln Park. That orange box is where the severe thunderstorm warning is still in effect. You can see it on the center of your screen. Oh, sorry. Now you can see it on the center of your screen. That orange box there is still your severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Trenton, Gibraltar, and Riverview here until 10 o'clock. It'll probably be canceled early, especially since it's starting to take more of a dip into southwest Ontario. And this is the only severe warning in the state. There's nothing else going on out there tonight besides a couple pop-up thunderstorms. I'm going to actually go ahead and look at this line that's coming across the lake. Actually, that could be something to watch later. Some decent potential hailers out there right now with a little bit of gusty winds in north of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. However, with the sun going down right now, instability will also decrease. Storms will become less surface-based, so that those winds will be a lot higher up in the atmosphere. We'll also lose our instability for hail. So our severe weather outlook for today does include portions of Muskegon, Oceana County for a wind chance, but it's very, very low chance that it does happen. Again, limited risk is a 1 to 4% chance that a storm has a hailstone. So it's basically a 95, 99% chance that it won't happen. Southeast Michigan today, the odds of a storm having a hailstone, severe hailstone or severe wind report were literally 1%. So that storm that impacted Fenton, or south of Fenton today with the 1-inch hail, defy the odds. We need cameras downriver, Southgate, Wyandotte. Yeah, well, they are expensive to install, but we are also looking for locations. If you have any locations that you would like to submit to us, if you are a business that wants to sponsor one, feel free to reach out. We are trying to expand our camera network, but again, it is expensive. So, DD, welcome back for month number 6 here with a $2 super chat. Thank you for always supporting us here at MSC. It's pretty much just heavy rain at this point, Drew, I would imagine. Right over Wyandotte.
They'll be canceling the severe thunderstorm warning here in 34 minutes. Wouldn't be shocked, Joel, if they maybe cancel a little bit sooner if this storm moves out quicker.
Absolutely.
Potentially.
Again, with a ridging pattern setting in here for the Great Lakes region, that's going to bring a lot of heat, a lot of instability into the region, so we could see continuous storm chances really over the next week to week and a half. A couple chances for severe weather, of course, as well, mixed in there. We have severe weather risks the next 2 days here in the state of Michigan for Friday and Saturday, with back-to-back lines kind of riding that ridge pattern. Right over the same locations, passing from west to east across the state, including the Upper Peninsula, of course, where tomorrow they are in a medium risk with a hatch risk for wind. And that hatched risk means winds greater than 75 miles per hour could occur within any thunderstorm. So could be that time of the year where we start floating around the D word a lot more. Derechos, again, those derechos are 250 miles in length of just continuous damaging winds. You need a couple, I believe the criteria in there is also you need a couple significant wind reports, which would be 75 miles per hour plus. So again, with the hatched risk coming in for tomorrow, mainly tomorrow night, it could be something to watch out for continuous wind gusts across primarily the Dakotas and Minnesota, but could also impact portions of the UP as well. Just waiting for this warning to expire here. Again, it's in effect for 40 mile per hour winds and 1-inch hail possible. Again, the hail core is going to really kind of be where that pinks are on radar. You flip it over to CC. Drew, there's still a little bit of a correlation coefficient third body scatter spike on the backside this year, so there's probably still some hail falling. But I imagine right now it's probably over the river and passing through LaSalle right now. So over there in Ontario. So it could also be some gusty wind in there.
Yeah, enjoy the nicer weather when you can. I believe tomorrow will be the last nice-ish day before, once again, that heat really takes over for the whole entire state for the weekend and early next week. So
yeah. And for those who are wondering about the beach forecast, that will be released first thing, either tonight or probably tomorrow morning, kind of similar to last week. I've been working on it today, changing over a lot of things. Last week we did it where it was air temperatures, and I realized the better thing was to change it all to water temperatures so you guys know what to expect when you're jumping in the water. So it'll have water temperatures on there and a couple air temperatures as well, and we're also going to add in potential wave status as well, so potential like flags that it could be out there, so green flag, yellow flag, red flag if the swimming conditions are not great. This weekend there is potential for some swimming risks out there with higher waves. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll have those beach forecasts out for each day of your weekend going forward here. That is the plan. I think tomorrow, Drew, is a good time to do a briefing.
Yeah.
So probably set on something in the afternoon hours tomorrow before the storms roll across the UP. It also depends on overnight convection as well. We don't expect any severe overnight, but crazier things have happened during the summer, so we'll be watching. If anything, it would be this line right here across the lake in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, moving towards Muskegon and Oceana counties. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, and that's another thing too about forecasting is sometimes with these summer patterns, they're very tricky to forecast when you have such extreme instability. But if you're lacking that lifting mechanism or shear, that can make it really difficult for models to pinpoint that. So that's just something that we're kind of mindful about. You know, each day when you have this much heat and instability, you can always have those pop-up storms that can always happen during these days. So, you know, kind of just like today where we just had a few instances of severe weather. That's just the nature of summer weather. So that's just something that we're mindful about. And yeah, that will be kind of the case for this weekend going into early next week with all this heat coming in play.
Yeah, unfortunately, I see a comment here about please tell me that these 90s aren't true. Unfortunately, the 90s are going to be true. In fact, some places in southeast Michigan do have daytime highs getting very close to 100 degrees, potentially starting the early next week. So Sunday, Monday, perhaps even Tuesday. I think Monday is the peak for that. Best chance at 100, but again, and that's without the heat indexes. So we'll likely see some heat-related warnings and watches being put out here by tonight, probably tomorrow in preparation. But again, those heat indexes are the temperature your body feels. So if the heat index is 110, that's actually the temperature your body is going to react to. So again, your body temperature is 98. It's not going to feel good. Your body's not going to be able to regulate your body temperature as easily when the outside temperatures are a lot hotter than your body temperature is itself. So please be drinking lots of water. Again, with the humidity as well out there, sweat's not going to evaporate as much. And sweat is your defender against heat-related illnesses. Yes, hit the like button. Thank you, CA. Bad weather tonight, not really expected anywhere. Again, as mentioned, we're watching this line over here. I'll flip over to the Grand Rapids radar for y'all real quick. Line with, now it's severe warned actually, Drew. This is for Sheboygan County, east central Wisconsin until 9:15 central. And this is for 60-mile-per-hour winds and almost 1-inch hail. This is going to be sliding off to the southeast, kind of towards the Muskegon, maybe Ottawa County area, so your neck of the woods, Drew, overnight. But again, as we get into these overnight hours, the instability values start to dip, and that allows for our storms to become less surface-based, and so everything's going to be more elevated in the atmosphere, not likely to mix to the surface. So that is, fingers crossed, hopefully what's going to happen tonight so that doesn't become severe on our side of the lake. Otherwise, right now, these storms will start to dwindle as the low pressure continues to move off towards the northeast. Again, these are on the back side of that. And again, with the sun going down, these will probably start to fade away here in the next 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Thank you, Justin. We'll always keep doing what we're doing. unfortunately, I think for the Tigers game, if they can start it back up here soon. Again, they're in the 9th inning right now. Rain delay, bottom 9. Tie game 4-4. But this storm moving away again. The policy is 30 minutes after the last lightning strike occurred or last time they heard thunder. So they'll probably have to wait until 30 minutes after this storm is already kind of out of the vicinity. And then they're also watching these showers and storms up here in Rochester Hills and Troy. Not severe, but again, if there's thunder and lightning, then they will have to delay even longer. The longest end to a game ever.
Yeah, no kidding.
And our warning is going to be canceled. Early. 25 minutes before it was allowed to expire. Why am I pink? That's because of my lighting. Hold up, y'all. I'll turn on my light. It's getting dark out. There we go. So this warning will pop off the screen here in just a second. You can see it's already disappeared from the bottom bar. This orange box is about to expire. So Riverview, Trenton, Gibraltar about to be, and E-Course as well, and Wyandotte, River Rouge, all about to be expired from this severe thunderstorm warning. Just making sure that the bottom bar is not lying to us here, and hopefully that cancels. Special marine warning does continue, but I imagine they'll cancel that soon as well. I'll go ahead and do at least one run through. If I can get out of my full screen here. Do one run through of our models for tonight, or the next couple days here. Let's see. Has the 0Z HRR run? Looks like it has. Almost fully. We'll run with it.
Yeah, it goes through all of Friday.
And parts of Saturday.
Yeah.
Go ahead and reload it here. Yeah, okay. Let's go down to severe weather. Reflectivity, let's check it out here just real quick. It's not letting me switch my camera. There we go. So here is your projected mile run for tonight, and you can see those showers on the other side of the lake do start to dissipate as they come into West Michigan. That is going to be around 1 a.m., so it's going to be a while away before that makes it across. For Allegan, Ottawa County, a couple of remaining thunderstorms do fire up behind it overnight, not likely to be severe. Then we move into Friday tomorrow, and we are watching primarily that big complex across the north. That is our potential for some serious damaging winds as they cross the UP there. That would be hitting the UP, Drew, around 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Central. So it's a very, very late night threat tomorrow night into Saturday morning. And that would go through, kind of catches up to the line behind it there, through the mid-morning hours here and impact portions of the northern half of the state as we move into Saturday, which right now has a marginal risk. So that is kind of the same system that's supposed to be moving through on Friday kind of moves through on Saturday as well. So it's tough because I think, like, I really want to make this 2 separate maps, but I almost have to make it one because it's just a continuous system here. So that's quite the mean-looking storm. Expected to hit the UP over the next 24 hours here. Again, this is going to be late Friday night into early Saturday morning. So this time that you're seeing on your screen right there is 3 a.m. Eastern. So if you know anyone camping or living up there in the UP for tomorrow night, they should definitely be away from any trees. For sure. Again, this is a interesting looking bow ecosystem there. Nice squall line. Then you have a secondary threat right behind it, and it kind of congeals into one as you move into Saturday. I believe, Drew, are the cells that you were... Is there supposed to be more cells later in the day? Is that what's supposed to happen?
Are you talking for Saturday?
For Saturday, yeah. I know you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's something we're kind of keeping an eye on. If we may see maybe an outflow boundary or a lake breeze potentially. We are uncapped on Saturday, but there's uncertainties basically on how moist we'll be in the mid-levels. We might be too dry. Sorry for all those that are hearing all this. It's a lot of meteorology that goes into it. But basically, we're keeping on the eye maybe for a few additional cells to pop up in the day Saturday. But one thing that is for certain, though, is storms in the UP and northern lower, and it might be, as Joel was kind of going through the mile run there, a few rounds potentially, depending on how it all plays out. So very late night threat, so anyone that lives in the Upper Peninsula or northern lower Michigan definitely should have multiple ways to receive warnings, whether it's through your phone, weather radio. Make sure you're weather aware because the wind and hail threat is definitely the main concern with these storms going into the UP North and Lower. And we'll talk more about it too tomorrow, I believe, right, Joel?
Yeah, I'll probably host something tomorrow. The RFS also has the same conglomerate kind of just moving across the UP. Same time, 3 a.m. and later, Eastern, 2 a.m. Central. Moving into the northern portion of the state. So okay, make sure you're following along. Hit that subscribe button if you're here on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, hop on over to YouTube. Hit that red subscribe button. Again, it's free to do. The best way to watch our streams here. So that is your model run through. Kind of just a brief little briefing here as we are wrapping up our severe weather coverage for the evening. I noticed there's a lot of comments in chat about sirens going off in Trenton right now. Again, there's no threat for Trenton. There's no warning. The warning just expired like 5 minutes ago. Flip it back to radar here. You can see that storm is completely in Ontario now. The blue box here is a special marine warning for the waters there of the river. So the Detroit River is still in a special marine warning. That's it. No more severe weather. Again, we are watching this severe warning over here on the other side of the lake, but that again is expected to dwindle as it moves onto the lake and it gets overnight. So there's no current threat for southeast Michigan. So if you're hearing the sirens, again, nothing going on. A couple cells still kind of falling apart. Also moving through in Oakland County, Macomb County, and northern St. Clair, southern Sanilac County right now. That's it for storms out there. There's also a tiny little shower in Goodrich. We're also watching some rain showers way up here, heading towards the North Manitou Island, the islands around Beaver Island as well. Those will head into Antrim, Charlevoix counties here later tonight. Also likely starting to fall apart. So again, no really severe weather risk expected overnight tonight. We'll be watching this probably for another couple hours here as it moves towards West Michigan, but I don't believe it's going to go warned. But again, it has one of those days where it kind of sneaks up on you, so we'll keep an eye on it. So go ahead and see if there's any good sunsets out there. There is. A couple choices to choose from here. How about we just take them all? All the beautiful sunsets out there this evening across the state. You have Dearborn there on the left side of the screen. Also have Ionia on the bottom center. You have Manistee, bottom right. And then up there in the top right, you got Harbor Beach. There's a lot of bugs going in front of the camera right now. That's that is something. I wonder if there's some mayflies out there. It's a beautiful shot. So as we keep it on this nice live cam here, as there's no more severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, we'll wrap it up with our sponsors here of our stream. As always, we shout them out once every stream here at MSC. Again, what we do here is not free or cheap by any means. So we have a lot of sponsors here that help fund our operations here at Michigan Storm Chasers, as well as you guys who do send in super chats and become members here at MSC. So we thank you guys as well. We're going through our sponsors here. Feel free to write them down as we go through them. If you see any sponsors in your neck of the woods, starting with StormGuard Roofing Construction, based out of North Metro Detroit. Lifestyle Exteriors, based out of Central Michigan, Lansing to Traverse City. Katz Roofing and Siding, based out of the Potterville area, up to Lansing and Battle Creek. Got Pro Powder, for all your powder coating needs in Southwest Michigan. Mike Hayes Roofing and Siding, based out of the Thumb, Sand Lake, St. Clair counties. All your tree needs in Southeast Michigan, that is going to be McKay Tree Specialists. And if you're in West Michigan, Kuiper Tree Care. For Kalamazoo County, contact Gull Lake Tree Pro. FBI Buildings for all of your barn dominium needs, all across the Lower Peninsula. On Top Roofing, based out of Livingston County. Schneider Commercial Building Solutions for all of your commercial roofing needs, based out of Lansing. Also based out of Lansing, Shield Public Adjusters for all of your insurance adjusting needs after the storms come through. Floor Coverings International Michiana for all of your floor needs in Southwest Michigan. In West Michigan, Top Gun Roofing Exteriors. Also have A-Class Construction and Restoration. It's based out of Mason County. Our newest sponsor, Rainbow Restoration, based out of Kent County as well, for all of your restoration needs. And lastly, Guardian Technologies, providing these sky cams for you guys to see all across the state of Michigan. So those are our sponsors. We appreciate them very much. Feel free to give them your business. These are our trusted partners as well. They have been background checked. They have insurance and all that whatnot. So again, contact them, let them know MSC sent you. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight as well. If you're heading out, feel free to hit that like button on the way out. If you haven't followed along yet and you're a Michigander, what are you waiting for? Feel free to hit that follow button or subscribe button depending on what platform you are on. Again, we are always live here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X for all of your severe weather coverage. There's no more severe weather in the state tonight. We're, again, watching those cells off to the west over in Wisconsin, but we do not expect them to be severe tonight. So it should be a nice, clear night out there to sleep. So anything else before I sign us off here, Drew?
No, not really. Like Joel mentioned, we'll probably have a briefing tomorrow, and we'll be talking about more storm chances coming up here soon.
Absolutely. And as always, we'll have all of our forecasts posted on our Facebook page as well throughout the day tomorrow for the days to come. If you would like those forecasts earlier every day as well, we offer Patreon services. Again, patreon.com/Michigan Storm Chasers. Those same forecast graphics that we put on our Facebook page are released earlier in the day. If you just wanted to see them earlier in the day, they're there for you guys, and those are available for as low as $2 a month. Again, totally optional to join. That is an option. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. No more severe weather warnings in place. We'll catch you next time here at Michigan Storm Chasers, likely tomorrow for that live briefing going into the weekend. Stay cool out there, get lots of water. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll talk to you guys very, very soon.
So yeah.